Hey everybody, welcome to my very first video on YouTube that I've posted since I was like 16. For y'all that don't know, I really like my Jeeps. I like to go four-wheeling and camping, just in general, just being out in the woods. So today I thought I'd make a little video about what are some of the essentials you need for going off-road, winches, straps, chains, things like that. So I'm gonna kind of give you a little walkthrough of what I have in my Jeep, and I'm actually planning on going on a small little trip on Friday. Gonna go up this little local road that we got here. Guy just got a new Jeep to him. He's gonna test it out, see how it does. Haven't even seen the Jeep yet, but kind of give you a little walkthrough so you can kind of get an idea of what you need, give you some ideas. So without further ado, let's check out my Jeep. 1989 Jeep YJ. Some tasteful mods, of course. Gotta have Amazon flat fenders, got the side steps, the rear flares to match. Stepped it up in 4-inch lift on some 33s. Of course, you gotta have a winch on it, you never know. There's one small difference to this Jeep though. A Ford 302 V8 in a Jeep. A lot of people do this. A lot of people keep with the fuel injection. We went with the carburetor. This is a project that my dad started and I kind of finished it up. Just a regular Ford 5-liter 302, whatever you want to call them. It's got a T18 4-speed transmission, so it's a granny low. Then you got 3 regular gears, and the reverse is also a very low gear, which makes it really handy in the woods. About the only thing this Jeep needs for it to be a 100% perfect is a little bit bigger radiator. Right now it's getting down to about 70-something degrees, so it's not overheating too bad, but in the summertime, in the dog days of August, it does get a little bit warm. I gotta stop a few times. No big deal though. I'm still running the stock axles. The 35 in the rear, the 30 up front. The only modification done to the axles is actually a disconnect on the front to engage the axle. That way I don't have to deal with any of the vacuum stuff that fails if it gets water in it or anything like that. That is actually what that little lever right there is for. You just pull that out, engages the front axle, push it back in, disengage. Handy thing about that is whenever you're in the woods and you got to make a sharp turn, you can disengage that thing, go around the curve. The front axle won't pop and hop around. And then once you get back straight, you can pop it back in and it goes just fine. Lock and center console. If you have a Jeep and you do not have a lock and center console, you need to get one, because as you can tell, my Jeep has no door locks on it at all. New Jeeps will have door locks. Mine don't. Mine is a 1989, and these things got broke into a lot. A lot of people like to just cut the top on them to get inside. Get your lock and center console that's bolted to the body. Ain't nobody getting in that. Now let's check out some of the stuff I keep in the back of it. All right, so back here, got just a random tool bag, test light, wire strippers, hammer, a bunch of screwdrivers. I got some extra nuts and bolts in there, just in case, anything really breaks bad. If I can put it back together with a bolt, I can. Forgive the mess, because this Jeep is actually used every day. It's not a mall crawler, not a pavement princess. I take this in the woods and I wheel it really hard. Normal toolkit, got up at AutoZone for about 50 bucks. Got this plastic tote here from Walmart. They're about, $15 or $20. The only downside to this is with the tumble seat here, you can't have this all the way back and then also have this back here. So whenever I put the kids in here or whatever, I usually have to take all this stuff out, but I usually don't take them in the woods too awful far. Inside, just got, machete. You got to have your duct tape, jumper cables, carburetor cleaner, some spare wire, fluids, 4-way, a tree saver from Rhino USA. I would love to tell you that this product is the best in the world, but I haven't really got to use it yet. I pulled a tree up with it the other day and it done just fine, but As far as actually putting it on a tree, putting my winch on it and testing it, I've not got to do that yet. Tarp, you never know when you're going to need a tarp. If you got the top off and it just starts pouring the rain, you can throw a tarp on it really quick. You get out in the woods and you have a catastrophic, malfunction, something breaks really bad on it, and you're stuck in the woods overnight. It's nice to have a tarp where you can at least be in the dry overnight. And inside my center console is where I keep all my winch remotes. Well, I just keep my winch remote in there, really. I got some other things that when nature calls, you'll need them. Y'all don't need to know that. You just go to your bathroom, you know what you got. Now, anybody with a Jeep YJ, I think the reason you buy a YJ is because of the gauges. The setup is just amazing. I love it. But with a 302 swap conversion, it's the gauges, the factory gauges don't work. The speedometer does, although it's off by about 10 miles an hour because of the tires. The tach, it doesn't work. So I got some SunPro gauges here. I couldn't find a SunPro gauge that would work with my fuel sending unit in this Jeep, so I had to just get a Equus off of Amazon. It works just fine. They go back in the same place. I think those are the 2 3/4 inch gauges, if anybody's wondering. They fit in there really well. Everything's kind of tucked up and hid. The absolute cheapest stereo you can get from Walmart, 20 bucks. It's Bluetooth. Just pop on Spotify on your cell phone, go on down the road. That's really about it in here. I do have some switches here. That one's from my rock lights. That one's from my little spotlights up front. Let me show you those. Rock light, right there. Once again, it is dirty because I do use this Jeep. It's not none of those changing color ones or anything like that. It's just a good white light. Shines out pretty good. You can kind of see the footprint of the tire, where you need to go. Once again, I've yet to use those because I haven't done a whole lot of night wheeling yet. I've also got a hood mounted high lift. A lot of people give you a bunch of crap about these things. Oh, they're dangerous. If you get in a wreck, that's going to go through someone's back windshield. That's probably true, but with this Jeep having a 302 in it, I'm not moving that fast because it is geared so slow. I mean, this thing tops out maybe 55 miles an hour. Armor on it, you're not going to hurt anything. If you don't have any kind of armor on it, no lift points or anything like that, probably don't need to be running around with the high lift because you will crush the body on these things. I did that on a little Cherokee, a little parts Cherokee at least, but I completely destroyed the body with this high lift jack. I got just a Traveler winch from Tractor Supply. It hasn't let me down yet. I've pulled people out and I've pulled things up, but I have yet to pull this Jeep anywhere because, once again, I've never got stuck with it. Little spotlights there are actually like 20 times brighter than the stock headlights, so I need to upgrade those to LED, I believe, next. I've seen a lot of people actually upgrade these to just those flush mount LED pods, and I've got these here on my flat fender. I'm thinking about converting those to my turn signal and put me some flush mount pods there just to help it give a little extra light, and it does look pretty cool, I think. Well, that's about all I got for y'all today. Have any questions, comments, anything, pop it down there in the comment section. I'll answer all the questions I can. If you want to know anything about swapping the Jeep to a 302, I'll help point you in the right direction, give you some resources that I know. If you need pictures on fitment, how does this work, how does that work, I'll try to help you out best I can. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'm just doing this just to give it a shot, see if it's any fun or not. But anyway, appreciate it. Have fun out there on the trails. We'll see you out there.